And good morning. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Spread. It is Friday. We have made it to the end of the week.
Woo-hoo!
It's just me today. Our girl Brittany Ware is taking some good. I'm about to get to you. Can I get to my intro?
Okay.
Let me get to my intro first, okay? So, again, our girl Brittany Ware is out right now. She is getting some much needed time off, but I'm with Rebecca, our beautiful producer, Rebecca Williams. So it's going to be us two today talking about some really cool stories and talkers that you guys want to know about to keep you smiling right here on the Morning Sprint. We do have a shocking video to give you kind of a teaser about. Look at this right here. You probably have seen it already, but get this. This is shocking moments on a school bus where a 7-year-old had to step in to help the driver. Again, this is just a crazy situation that nobody ever wants to be in, and he stepped in at the right time. Details is coming up later in the sprint. We'll have all of that good stuff there, but we'll also have some fun coming your way because you already know Game 1 with the Rail Yard Dogs wrapped up last night. Very good game, and there was something that happened that was one of my favorite highlights of the night. I will say it was my favorite highlight of the season with our man, Austin Roderbush. He's our goalie. We're going to show you that later on in the sprint. Don't go anywhere because you do not want to miss it because I call it the Roderbush Smash. Up first, though, we got to get some help to God's Pit Crew. God's Pit Crew is looking for volunteers to help with natural disaster recovery efforts. The Danville-based nonprofit is working to build a new home for a family in Waverly, Tennessee, who lost everything in a devastating 2021 flood. The small town west of Nashville was hit hard by heavy rains, killing, unfortunately, 20 people. Now, the team hopes to leave in June and work on the rebuild project for about 2 weeks. So we all know the good work that they put into the community around our nation. So if you guys could figure out ways to help, you could go to our website, WSLS.com, to figure all that good stuff out. Okay, so this is something we need to warn you guys about again because this is actually a very funny video in my opinion. Some of you have been reporting seeing some black bears apparently. Take a look at this video right there. Yeah, what you're looking at, it is a black bear carrying a trash bag.
I was going to say, that's a whole trash bag.
Look,
tied and everything.
Yeah, captured on doorbell camera. This is in Christiansburg.
Aww.
Again, you can see the bear running by after snagging that bag of trash. Southwest Virginia Wildlife Center of Roanoke, Sabrina Garvin, says that there's a reason we're seeing more bears out this time of year.
Oh, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
I've been blessed.
There we go.
It is more active at the moment because the fruit, such as nuts and things, aren't on the ground and available, so they're in search of food because females, they have babies, and so they are out searching.
All right, yeah, so she adds it's important to clean up the trash, keep dogs on leashes, and alert your neighbors if you see the bear. So again, guys, this is something that I didn't realize I would have to deal with when I moved here. And yeah, the fact that there's so many bears. And look, in the trees, taking trash, I wouldn't know what to think if I looked out at my Ring camera and saw a bear just literally going hard in the paint with my trash. I'm like, okay, well, he can have it. I'm not gonna step in his way. But yeah.
At least then you wouldn't have to walk to the end of the driveway.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, please take precaution. Again, clean up your area so that you don't have to worry about them because you do have a lot of hungry bears out there trying to feed their babies, which is understandable. So, yeah, that's some crazy video right there coming out of Christiansburg. All right, so get this. Over $7,000 will now help pay for scholarships for construction students in the New River and Roanoke Valleys. Get this, all thanks to a donation from the Associated General Contractors of Virginia. The check was presented to the Lunch Pail Defense Foundation. If you recognize that reference, that's because it's founded by former Virginia Tech defensive coordinator Bud Foster. Young professionals are needed more than ever in Virginia's construction industry, and the former coach hopes a donation like this can offer students debt-free education. So far, the foundation has provided 38 academic scholarships to area high schools students. So again, major congratulations to them, always doing something good for our community. That is always great deal right there. We also got to tell you about this right here, another fun deal going on. You know me, I love fishing. I'm a sucker for fishing, and this is my first time actually hearing about this, Rebecca. The 71st annual Ernest Pig Robertson Fishing Rodeo returns to Salem on Saturday. You and your family can spend the day fishing at the Lake Spring Park. The first day of the rodeo is for children ages 3 to 8 years old. Participants must provide their own fishing equipment, but there will be some supplies available on site. Each child can catch up to 6 trout and must keep all the fish on their reel. There will be competitions and prizes for each age group. And the fishing rodeo is a tradition in Salem and something that the community looks forward to every spring. The rodeo continues on Monday, says that the schools from across the area can bring children with special needs to come fishing. Wednesdays, fishing is for nursing home residents, and the event wraps up on May 6th with the last day of fishing for children ages 9 to 12. So, Rebecca, do you like fishing? Please tell me you do.
I've never been.
You've never been fishing?
Never, ever.
But Philip, he has a boat, right?
Philip does have, it's a sailboat though.
Okay, but
So-
still, you could throw a fish in.
I mean, you don't fish off sailboats, but.
Well, you could.
But
I would.
So I've never seen, like, people stock a pond like that.
Yeah.
Like they just, like, open this little door on the back of the truck and all these fish are just like, blah, 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 like.
Yes, no, that's definitely a fun deal to see. It's very exciting for me to see because I already think to myself, it's going to be a good day fishing. You know, it's always a peaceful thing to do, but it's more rewarding when you actually catch something.
So my question is when they catch those fish, are those fish that you eat? Like, can
Yeah.
those kids or those families take those fish home and, like, cook them for dinner?
Yeah, they don't put them in a fish tank for a pet.
Oh, like
I'm kidding.
I didn't know. Like,
No,
what-
but no, yeah, seriously, it's like it's basically food, you know, or you know, some people throw them back and stuff. We eat our fish at my household, so yeah. Good question
Okay.
though. I know, I'm kidding,
Good
y'all.
to know.
This is my girl. I'll be playing with her all the time. Okay, so moving on to our next story right now, we got to give some love to the American Red Cross. This particular volunteer right here is awesome. So she's a Southwest Virginia woman being recognized for her heart of service, 6 decades of it to be exact. Since the American Red Cross honored Mary Fochman for her 60 years of dedication to the organization. Staff say that Fochman has served in countless roles, always chipping in whenever and however she can.
I've been blessed on so many deployments that I've had, and I always come back feeling like I have accomplished something. You come back dead tired, but it's a great feeling. It's one of the best things I think you can do is give to others.
Now, Fochman says that the American Red Cross is always looking for volunteers. She says that there's opportunities for everyone to lend a helping hand. So again, we all know how much work the American Red Cross does. But the fact of the matter is that when you have a person who dedicates 6 decades of their life to a cause, that is a blessing in itself, especially if she's trying to encourage other people to do it as well. So major congratulations, right?
I know. I wrote that story this morning. I was watching through the interview video and trying to find, like, the best sound bites and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, she has me all up in my feels this morning. I was like, I want to go and help change the world. I was like, I want to do this.
Dude, that's what it's all about, man. So we definitely appreciate your service. If you woke up today, you noticed that everything was a bit soggy. Like, that even came in last night. I remember hearing it on my window while I was watching the Rail Yard Dog game. But yeah, today, very wet. Marshall Downing has been talking about that all day long. But again, you're gonna catch us out there at the Dunkin' Donuts on Orange Avenue, getting soaked for a good cause. It is paying for a day, but Marshall Downing is here joining us with that kind of an update of that forecast that you need to be aware of throughout today.
Hello everyone, this is meteorologist Marshall Downing. Today we've got a rainy morning and some storms in the afternoon. The intensity isn't crazy high. The Storm Prediction Center has us in a level 1 risk for today. I think we could get some rumbles of thunder, maybe some high winds out of that. We've already had power outages because of the rain, so be prepared for some of those possibly in the afternoon. Saturday is going to be the drier day of the weekend. Better to get outside, better to get some errands taken care of. Sunday, we're going to have more rain. We could get some rumbles of thunder there. The storm intensity looks lesser. After that, just a few showers throughout the week ahead, with most temperatures stuck in the 60s.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Marshall. Again, if you guys are out and about today before you go to work, please stop by that Dunkin' Donuts on Orange Avenue. It's going to be a good time. Last year, we handed out, gift cards, swag gear. We're doing the same thing this year. And we're also doing something special where a person can win free coffee for an entire year. You don't want to miss it. Even if it's raining, do not let that stop you. Come on out, see us, and let's be a big family like we usually are on Virginia Today. So this is a cool story I want you guys to know about. This is dealing with a Christiansburg man that I met. He has a very, very unique talent. His name is Blake Gore. So as you can see, he is an artist, but he is a very unique artist. He draws with a .15 milliliter pen, but he also draws in like a square inch area, and it has to be like abstract stuff. So you see that there's a lot of detail in the art pieces that he does, and that's the pen that he uses. But talking to him, I learned so much. He actually majored in English. He said that was part of why he connected so much with trying to bring a story to life. And he got onto this challenge. He got onto this, I guess, skill through a challenge through social media where he had to draw like a tiny, tiny little picture one day. I think it was like every day for a full month, and he did that.
So cool.
Yeah, he did that, and so he not only perfected the skill, but he does so with different abnormal abstract areas. For example, he'll do it on straws. You saw that. He'll do it on a tea bag tab, like all type of things that you wouldn't think about. There was juicy fruit right there. See, it's very, very tiny art and very intricate details, and he's a very, really cool dude. I'm really happy that I met him. You'll hear his whole story if you go to our website at WSLS.com. But what was interesting about him, Rebecca, is that he told me that it was, he's a perfectionist. You know, everybody's a perfectionist. And that perfectionism came at a cost for him because there were certain things when he grew up, he was really into and just absolutely loved doing, but he always wanted to be perfect at it. And that was a burden that he said he had to carry whenever he fell short sometimes. So he basically went from that to English, and then he started career coaching people to get them to understand that, hey, you got to fall in love with what you do. And then he realized that he started resonating with the struggles that everybody else was feeling, with feeling stuck in life. He was like, I need to make a change. So that's how his whole journey, his testimony was actually really cool. You guys need to check it out on WSLS.com. And Rebecca, I think you actually are looking into buying some stuff, right?
Oh, 100%. I am talking. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, hey, can you? Because he does commissions too. So like, you can contact him and ask him like, hey, I have this idea. Do you like? What are your thoughts? What can we do? And so I'm like, I got my Christmas presents done. I got my birthday presents done. Like everyone in my family is gonna have like a collage of mini prints.
Oh, you about to put them to work, huh?
Oh, 100%.
I love it. Well, again, if you guys are interested in that, there are several links throughout his web article. It's under the Deep Blue Ridge tab on our website at WSLS.com. Check it out, and again, be inspired to do something. And I think he said something very, very that should stick with everyone. Is like, you will never taste anything great in life without taking big risks. And he took a risk at age 37, and it paid off for him now today at 42. So right now, let's give you an update on Patches.
I love this story.
You guys remember Patches, right? Look at Patches.
Patches.
This is the big cat who was brought to Richmond Animal Shelter at 42 pounds. Rebecca, I'm going to let you read that update for us.
Yeah, so thankfully he was adopted soon after he went viral. That social media post, as soon as that went viral, he was adopted, and his new owner says she was just excited to help him and have a new accountability partner.
Yeah, look at that belly. That's a big boy right there.
I love him.
She says that they're both doing it by walking a little bit more each day, and the hard work is paying off because, get this, he has already lost 4 pounds, which I think is a lot for a cat to lose. Like,
yeah,
do you think so?
Because my cat is 14 pounds.
Oh.
So if you think if my cat lost 4 pounds, that's almost a fourth of his body weight.
Oh yeah. Well, look at Patches. Patches that's a thick cat.
Congratulations, Patches.
But yeah, that's a big accomplishment for him, and I can only imagine.
Is hard.
It is
hard.
especially for a cat. I can only imagine how bougie they are. You think a human don't want to work
I know.
out?
I can't wait until, because he was. I mean, it's really sad that that he got this overweight. But he was kind of like wobbling like this when he walked.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited for when he gets down and he can just trot like and strut his little stuff.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes, definitely. So again, let's wish Patches the best of luck. Hopefully he'll end up running a marathon one day. We never know. He's losing weight and he's doing well with his forever home. Moving on to this particular story. Now, we told you guys about this a little bit earlier in the show. Very terrifying scene to see. It's dealing with a 7th grader in Michigan. He sprung into action after his bus driver fell unconscious.
Just
now,
look at this video.
yeah,
Just
look at this video
so
right
what
here.
you can't hear is that she's talking to, I guess, the school district or someone, or the transportation department, and she's saying, I feel really lightheaded, I think I need to pull over. And then before she can actually pull over and completely stop the bus, she falls unconscious.
That's just that, and that's just terrifying. But when she falls unconscious, though, the best part about it is that this seventh grader, his name is Dylan Reeves, he jumps up from his seat and takes the wheel, and you can see him right there. He stops the vehicle, and the Nats, if you guys heard the package that aired, or just the pieces that aired earlier this morning, the kids on the bus were just screaming. So you can only imagine how much of a panic that rushed over everyone to save the day. And shout out to Dylan for just doing that. This is what the city basically gave him appreciation for it.
You would think in the middle of this panic, you would just jump on the brake. He had the wherewithal to push it slowly, likely in anticipation that the bus was full of passengers.
To do something like this just fills my heart. It makes my heart skip a beat. I'm extremely proud of him.
We got a little hero.
There he goes right there. It says Dylan's mom says that her son is very observant and watched the bus driver stop many times, so he knew how to do it. Again, I can only imagine, how much, how heart-beating of a scene that was for him to make sure he stopped that bus in time, because it could have ended a lot worse,
Well, I mean, and we don't even know how far back he was.
Right.
We don't know, and one of the other things is obviously, we don't have all the time in the world during Virginia Today. I wish we did.
Yeah.
But, so this was actually a much longer story, that I chopped down, and I found sound bites that I wanted to put together that I thought encompassed the entire feel of the story. But one of the sounds that I didn't get a chance to include was the dad, and he was speaking, and they were asking him, like, how do you think your son knew how to do this?
Yeah.
And it got a giggle out of me in a very serious story. It kind of it pulled at the heartstrings of, he was like, he's been sitting on my lap as I drove country roads since he was 4 years old.
I love that.
So just that lighthearted, silver lining in in a situation that could have been so much more serious and so much more devastating. But yeah, there's a lot of good in this story and a lot of good in this world that happened.
Definitely. And you guys can definitely watch that full story on our website at WSLS.com to check all that good stuff out. Now, speaking of good stuff, you guys already know that I'm a Real Yard Dogs fan, okay? And this was game 1 of the President's Cup Finals. It went to the Real Yard Dogs. We won by the grace of God. When I tell you that was such an intense game, they stayed tied until toward the end. It was just going back and forth like ping pong. And Birmingham Bulls would get 1, and then we would get 1, and then they get 2, and then we would get 2. And things got really, really intense. I tell you, everything got kind of physical. You could tell the teams, they were just playing very hard with each other. The defense that was going on, it was just
our sports director here,
cool.
John Appicello, he says that, Birmingham is one of the toughest physical teams that we've played this year.
Yeah.
These games are always physical.
And with that being said, you see that winning score right now, which is why I'm very happy to show you guys my favorite highlight of the game. I call it the Roderbush Smash. So guys, check this out right here. Just look at it. I'm gonna walk you through. I'm gonna let you see it, and then I'm gonna walk you through what happens. So you got him right there. There's Roderbush at the goal. That's Austin Roderbush. Look at that. Wham! Right there.
I shouldn't laugh.
No, I mean, it is funny because they were, like I said, it's a physical sport. At the end of the day, obviously the guy is okay, thank God. But, you guys see that little interaction back and forth, and you ask yourself, why would he do that? No, but get this. This is a slow motion of it. If you look right there, that guy was pulling on Roderbush's stick to try to prevent him from coming back in front of his goal. We're going to see another angle of it. Here you go. Look at him. Pay attention. He's grabbing on his stick. He turns around, Roderbush, and he acknowledges each other. And that's when Roderbush said, nope, go to bed for a second. Dude folded him. But yeah, it's fun stuff like that. And that's what everybody, we love us from Austin Roderbush. He had such a successful night last night.
25 saves last night?
Man, I'm telling you, defending everything. No, he was not, it was rare that anything was going past him. Of course, they did get a score of 2 on them. But at the same time, it's such a good game. It's such a good time. And everybody walked away with good sportsmanship at the end of the day. I know they did give him a penalty in that situation, but yeah, it's hockey. You got to love hockey. Game 2 is tonight in Alabama. The watch party is taking place at the Berglund Center. I'm very strongly considering going to it because I'm pretty sure when that happened, it was live. It's taking place at 611, Club 611. Doors open at 7, and the puck drops at 8. So if you guys want to show some love to our dogs, hopefully they win tonight so that Monday would be a final game. That'll be be like, oh, that's gonna be such an intense
Final
game.
game.
Yes.
Hopefully final game on home ice.
Yes.
With the entire community.
Mhm.
The energy at every game is electric.
Yes.
But that game, I could only imagine.
Oh, it's gonna be ridiculous, and I'm so excited. You think I've been hoarse? I'm just now getting back from being hoarse because of games and stuff. Next week is gonna be super intense. Let's bring in Jazzy Jazz. Jazz, are you with me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing this morning?
I am good, girl. Did you see Rhoda Bush clowning at that goal?
Yes, I did. That was insane.
That was such a good hit, though. And like I said,
I'm so
fortunately,
glad you caught that on camera, though. That
girl,
was incredible.
I'm happy that the other guy was okay, but that was just a warning to people. Don't mess with Rhoda Bush. Don't mess with our team either, because you would notice that if you watch the game, they were very defensive of each other. Like anytime the other team would like slap us or hit us or pull our stick, somebody would come back and be like, don't do that, dude. And I think that's just a sign of respect when they get into those heated moments like that.
Yeah.
So, girl, tell me, obviously, there's a lot of stuff that we talked about today. What are some of the things that really, I guess, stood out to you? If I'm not mistaken, I would think the 7th grader who stepped in on the bus driver helped.
Man. That was absolutely incredible, and I'm just really glad that he had the courage to step in and save a lot of lives. Like, he was a little hero, honestly, because his quick thinking, thanks to that, he saved so many lives, and he made a situation that could have been really unfortunate. He turned it into something amazing, showing that he didn't doubt himself and he had the courage to do what he needed to do. And he was so fast too, thinking quick on his feet. So it was just good to see someone stepping in and doing what needed to be done to prevent an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's going to be something that would inspire other kids to step in to help when they need it, you know?
Exactly.
So,
He
girl.
could have easily doubted himself. You know,
Exactly.
But he didn't, and he went straight to it and did what he needed to do.
Definitely. So tell me, do we have any viewers today?
Yes, we have a ton of viewers. No comments right now. It's a little slow today. But as always, you can head to our website, and it's super easy to leave a comment. All you have to do is head to our website and go click on the article, and there's a comment form right underneath the live stream. You can also comment directly on YouTube, too, in the live chat.
Okay. Well, perfect, Jazz. Thank you so much. Do you have any big plans for this weekend?
Probably just staying in, honestly, since it's so rainy.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So probably having like a movie marathon or something like that with some friends. A really low-key thing.
Hey, I love it. Well, Jazz, thank you so much for always being awesome, and we will chat back with you again at the start of next week, okay?
Of course. Have a great day.
You too. All right, guys, before we leave, we got to give you guys these headlines that we're going to be covering throughout the rest of the day, including our 10 news at noon. Check this out. After a series of shootings in the city of Roanoke, people who live here are fed up, and not everyone agrees on what needs to be done to stop the problem. How one councilwoman is speaking out and her thoughts on what should happen to better prevent gun violence. Plus, we got a $50 million lawsuit over a deadly mass shooting at a Chesapeake Walmart last year is moving forward. A judge is giving attorneys 30 days to prove that the suspect shot at one surviving associate for personal reasons. Otherwise, Walmart claims that the case is a workers' compensation kind of matter. And last but not least, after 5 days on the run, the second of 4 escaped inmates from a Mississippi prison has been captured. Police arrested Jerry Raines in the Houston area, about 400 miles away from where the search originally began. Details on how an anonymous tip helped authorities in their search. We're going to have those stories and more, including some breaking news that came in earlier today that, Rebecca, you were tracking. It was a helicopter crash in Alaska, correct?
Yeah. So two U.S. Army helicopters crashed, headed back from a training exercise in Alaska. Unfortunately, 3 of our service members have died. One of them's still in the hospital. So we're really closely tracking that for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys be up to par with that one. We'll keep you guys up to date with those again in our later newscast and online at WSLS.com. Please go out there and stay dry. I'm about to go to Dunkin' right now to help out, give the swag and gift cards and stuff. I want to see you guys come out and join us, even if it's raining. But throughout this weekend, please just stay safe, stay dry. And if you're going to the Rail Yard Dogs game, please, let's give them the biggest support from a distance. They're in Birmingham right now. This is game 2. We're going to see if they give a 2-0 or it's going to tie it up. We don't know, but it's going to be a good game. Either way, want to see you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you guys back here again on Monday at 8 a.m. WSLS.com on the Morning Sprint.